Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the entertainment headquarters, and welcome to a Kaiju Connections unboxing video. Now, this one is dedicated to the SH Monsterarts Godzilla 1972 and Gigan 1972. I've waited for a while to do this one as I've just received the Godzilla figure, but I'm so excited because Godzilla vs. Gigan from the Showa era, for me, is one of my absolute favourites. It introduced us to the alien cyborg Gigan, who was a brutal foe. We know that amazing scene where he's flying in the air and he delivers that buzzsaw shot to the shoulder of Godzilla and makes him bleed, as well as making his head bleed, something that was truly shocking back in the Showa era. So I'm very excited to check these figures out with SH Monsterarts. So let's take a look at Godzilla and Gigan 1972 from Godzilla vs. Gigan. Let's take a quick glance at the packaging for the SH Monsterarts Godzilla 1972 figure. As you can see, the artwork and the box design is your stereotypical SH Monsterarts claw effect, which is something I really enjoy. I love the claw effect on the artwork with the window that displays the figure. As you can see, the image on the front and obviously the images of the figure on the back are really well done. It has all the SH Monsterarts logos and all the information on there that we are used to. But this is one of my favorite boxes. Just the look of the box, the images on the back, the images on the front. So once again, SH Monsterarts have done a fantastic job. Let's have a look at Godzilla 1972. Just looking at the detailing in the face, SH Monsterarts have done a great job to try their best to capture, the sculpt and the look of Godzilla 1972. As you can see, the jaw moves up and down quite easily. It's on a ball joint. The detailing, like I say, is really good on this figure. The articulation as always is fantastic, which is something that SH Monsterarts, in my opinion, is still the best at doing, is the articulation. I know that Higher Toys have been on a roll as of late with their figures. They seem to be, very popular, but their articulation is still not on the level of SH Monsterarts. And, they are very stiff to move the joints and that on their figures, where the joints, the posability of these figures are really well done. Now look at the tail. As you can see, you can bend the tail, you can twist the tail, and even if it comes off, there is a ball joint. It isn't damaged. It's easily, able to be retouched, which I'll do right now. I kind of had a love-hate relationship with SH Monsterarts because I thought the last few figures, even though they looked great when you saw the initial artwork, when you actually got the figures, I thought that the quality wasn't of the level that it could be. Where I think that's one thing with Higher Toys, they're winning with the quality of the figures. It's just their articulation that they need to work on. Now, this bit has me puzzled. I don't know why that back dorsal spine or dorsal plate, whatever you like to call it, comes off and it has a ball joint. I think it might have something to do with trying to make the neck and the head more articulated to put it in more poses. And speaking of the head, I also need to mention this does have an interchangeable head, and it is the battle damaged head, which I will show you soon. It has the battle marks and the scoring and the blood dripping off when Gigan and him battled in Godzilla vs. Gigan, which is another amazing feature. And like I say, the articulation is so good on their figures that changing the heads or twisting the legs of the body part is no problem. I'm going to try and pose this in a different pose and show you different poses between him and the Gigan figure in a bit. But yes, I really like this figure. Godzilla 1972 is one of my favourites, and I had to add it to my collection. So here I am, just having a quick stupid play about. I was trying to create the scene where Godzilla in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, he flies in the air with the tail at the back, wrapped round in his atomic breath, making him fly in the air. Just me goofing about. But yeah, this figure's amazing for posability, especially if you're somebody that does figure photography, kaiju, figure art photography. This is ideal for anything of that nature. So I really enjoy it, and I'm going to show you some images of the figure. Enjoy, and let's move on to Gigan. "2023 was a huge year for the Godzilla franchise, but it was also a huge year for Gigan as Godzilla vs. Gigan 1972 celebrated its 50th anniversary. And what better way to celebrate it than SH Monsterarts finally delivering us a 1972 Gigan figure. And unlike, the packaging and the boxes that we get with the general Godzilla figures with the claw mark effect, he got this beautifully, glossy flame art display cover on the box, and it's absolutely well done. Just the detailing, on the art on the back showing case and the figure to the art on the front. We've got Gigan in the flames. SH Monsterarts have created one of my favourite boxes for any of their figures. So well done, SH Monsterarts, and thank you for finally delivering us a Gigan 1972 figure. Finally, SH Monsterarts 50th Anniversary Gigan 1972 articulated figure, and the detail in this is amazing. The sculpt is fantastic. The paint application, I think, is really well done. It's like they've taken them from the screen and brought them out for us to enjoy. The negative of this figure, and I only have one, is that there are some very delicate parts. Like, as you can see, the face pinchers there, they're on ball joints, but just be careful with them because they are quite delicate. And there are other elements of this that are delicate, and I would be careful with. It also has a number of sharp points as well, which are the horns on the head, which I'll showcase. The horns there are quite sharp, so just be careful. As you can see, the articulation is fantastic. You can move it up and down. You can pose, Gigan in many different positions and poses and do some amazing kaiju art photography if that's what you're into. The articulation, the arms, legs, tail are just fantastic. And like I said before, that's one thing that SH Monsterarts have continued to be the best at, is the articulation within their figures. The paint application, like I say, I have a love-hate relationship with SH Monsterarts lately because some of their figures, the quality of their paint application hasn't been on the level of what I believe previous figures were. My biggest downfall was the SH Monsterarts -1 Godzilla. I thought the promotional photos for that were released earlier were fantastic. but the actual figure, their final result, was disappointing. Now, the wings, this is where I said are very delicate, they're very light material, they're on ball joints, and the plastic, I will be very careful that you don't break the wings. So I'm not going to really play about much with the wings. Just like Godzilla, the tail can easily come off, but it's on a ball joint, which is probably a good thing because it means you can try your best to repose Gigan or Godzilla in best, poses possible, which I'm going to do that now. I'm going to repose Gigan in one of my favorite poses for you, which is, of course, Gigan in flight mode. So I've reattached the tail. I'm just changing the articulation of the wings, the legs, and of course the arms, and I've lifted Gigan's head up slightly just to give him that look. So this is Gigan in flight mode, which is my favorite, it is probably my favorite thing of Gigan when you see him flying in the air with that buzzsaw that is sticking out of his chest. But yeah, Gigan is an awesome figure, one of the best articulated figures in my opinion by S H Monsterarts, despite some of the parts that are quite delicate. It's still an awesome figure. And I'm so glad I now have a Godzilla from 1972 and I have Gigan 1972, and they are a part of my Godzilla collection. So this has been the entertainment headquarters. This has been Kaiju Konnections. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing, and stick around for some more posing photos and some more posing videos. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch us all at the next one.